The lane is as smooth and green as a lawn, and Zelda walks along easily. But after a while, she begins to worry. I'm supposed to be finding help for Link, she says, but all I see are trees. But the Ents can go back to war, you can do that! As if in answer, she spots a rocky path leading up a steep slope. It's littered with vines and fallen tree trunks. The rocks are covered with moss and dead moldy leaves, and they look slimy and dangerous. Zelda looks at the broad, sunny path in front of her. Then she looks at the rocky track leading up the slope. Well, here's a choice, she says to herself. One way looks safe and sunny, and the other looks dark and dangerous. Which way should I go? Okay, solve this puzzle for a good piece of advice. Oh my gosh. This message is in code. Change the letter on each line by moving forward the alphabet to the same question of letters as the answer to the question. That is confusing. Look at the picture of Zelda for some of the answers, okay? Here's Zelda. Nice. Okay. Okay, how many days does Zelda have to save Link?
1.
Okay, 1. How many crystals is Link trapped in? It's
1.
Just 1. Okay. How many quivers are there in Zelda's arrow? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How many roads did Zelda choose from at the crossroads?
3.
3. Okay. How many Triforces are there in Hyrule? It's 3. How many of Zelda's arrows did Ganon burn? 1? 2?
Methinks probably either 1 or 2. I think it was 1.
Okay. How many things does Zelda need to free Link? 3 things.
Yeah.
That's what he said. How many daggers is Zelda carrying? I just
1.
Just see the 1, okay. How many jewels is Zelda wearing? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would assume. I'm just helping here because I genuinely don't know where to go next either.
Yeah.
How many stripes are on Zelda's clothes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright. That didn't really help. We'd be all over the place.
Yeah. The thing is, one path looks safe and sunny, but he did say beware the tree witch. So, we don't know which path she could be down one of those paths. We don't know which path she's going to be down. It could be quite plainly obvious which path is safe, or could be a trick.
Yes, it could be. So, by that logic, where do you think we should go?
The dangerous looking path.
Alright, 59!
Because it might not be so dangerous.
Yeah, it is true. A lot of movies have taught us that. I must be crazy, Zelda says as she starts climbing the rocky slope. Ow! She slips on a moss-covered stone. This'll teach me not to do things the hard way. But after she climbs a little more, the hill flattens into an outcrop of gray stone streaked with dark marks. The rock ends in a sharp, deep crack. On hands and knees, Zelda crawls to the edge. Below is a narrow canyon, and against the opposite wall stands a hut. As Zelda watches, a bent figure comes to the doorway. Well, don't lie there like a thief, the figure shouts like crackly voice. Calm down, we may be able to get out of this. You, come down and have some lunch. There's no use hiding here, Zelda reasons. She climbs down the cliff and walks to the hut. As she gets near, a terrible stench reaches her nose. Don't mind the smell. The small gray-haired old woman appears carrying a big black pot with something bubbling inside. It's the boiled moss scum, she cackles. You'll get used to it, Zelda. How do you know my name? Zelda says, her hand on the hilt of her dagger. Oh, I know about most things in these woods, says the old crone with a toothless smile. I'm a tree witch, ain't I? Tree witch? Zelda cries. But Greenbeard said, oh, that old wood sprite has been bad-mouthing me again, cackles the witch. She pulls a few wisps of hair from her head and absent-mindedly adds them into the pot. He's been mad at me since I stole his prickleberries last autumn. Oh, don't worry, have some stew. Stew? Zelda looks at the pot and sees a thick brown mess with dark heaps of greenish goo floating at the top. I have to go, she says quickly. Can you tell me the way out of here? The witch points down the canyon. Well, follow the creek bed and you'll go to where you have to go. Oh, you better take this. She fumbles in her torn and dirty rags for a moment and pulls out a large brass key. She offers it to Zelda. Sure you don't want some stew? She asks, then laughs so loudly that Zelda jumps. It tastes might better than it looks. Zelda doesn't know what to do. Should she take the witch's key? What if it contains an evil spell? And should she stay and eat the awful smelling stew? I'm hungry, alright, she thinks, but I don't know if I'm that hungry. Okay, if you think Zelda should take the key, mark it on your score sheet.
Right. So let's be clear. So as Sia, is it Sia or I don't know who sings the song, but let's be clear. I trust no one. We are not eating that stew.
Good.
I believe Treebeard. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay.
So I think we should take the key. Because unless it's some kind of ancient voodoo relic that can, I don't know, unless it's some kind of evil key that can pull people into Tartarus or something, I don't think it's going to do that much harm to take it. Don't eat the stew, though, because taking food from strangers is bad. We don't know what's been done to it.
Alright, so we're going to page 62 because Zelda should leave, and I'm making sure I'm reading this properly. Zelda follows the path for quite a while until she's in a region of tall, craggy hills covered with thick bushes. Now it looks like a road again, with deep wagon ruts on either side. It's late afternoon by the time the road ends at the base of the tall cliff. Set into the jagged stone is a massive iron door. I don't know what's behind this door, but maybe I should go on, she says. Zelda pulls on that latch with all her might, but it's held fast and solid as stone. Then she notices a large keyhole just at shoulder height. A key! She cries. That's what I need. To solve this puzzle to find out there's something Zelda will need if she gets... Zelda has twice as many rubies in her pocket as there are arrows in her quiver. Zelda has 1 dagger. The number of Zelda's arrows, rubies, and daggers added together is 10. How many arrows does Zelda have? Starting off with the first letter of the doors, count the number, repeat until you reach the last letter. The circle letter spells out something Zelda will need inside the cave. She has the key.
She does, in fact, have the keys, so we can turn to page 32.
Yeah, and hopefully we have whatever it is she needs to get in there. The key fits neatly into the lock, and with a gentle shove, Zelda pushes the iron doors open. Inside, the road disappears into an immense cavern. The walls glow with an eerie light. Well, Zelda gulps. I said I wanted to go in. She steps inside and the doors slam shut behind her. There's no keyhole on this side, she says, looking at the doors. I guess I'm not getting out this way. She moves forward, following the road through the middle of the cavern. Clink, clink, clink. Zelda turns, on guard. She knows that sound only too well. Gibdos, mummy men. I can outrun these creeps any day, she thinks, but as she prepares to flee, she hears the same sound on her other side. Clink, clink, clink. The weird, half-dead things shuffle toward her, dragging their chains and wrappings. A dagger's no good against Gibdos, Zelda thinks. Even a plain arrow will pass right through them. What I need are some magic arrows. We did get those earlier.
We got those earlier. I told you we should have picked those up.
Alright, we do have the magic arrows.
We have the magic arrows. I picked those up earlier. Hee hee.
Alright. Magic arrows, she cries. What about those arrows I found in the Midoro Palace? In a split second, she notches one of the strange arrows in her bowstring and takes aim on the nearest Gibdo. It's close enough for her to smell its rotting cloth bandages. Zing! The arrow finds its mark, and the Gibdo bursts into flames. In the red glare, Zelda sees the twisted shapes of the other mummy men as they run in fear from the terrible fire. In a few seconds, the blaze is out. Above the ashes, a blue glow floats in the air. A fairy! Zelda cries with joy. Yes! A fairy! Says the little sprite beating her wings above the Gibdo's ashes. And one that's glad to be rid of that putrid Gibdo. He's been holding me prisoner for I don't know how long. The fairy waves her wand and Zelda is covered from head to toe in warm blue light. That feels great, she says. I'm ready to battle 1,000 Gibdos now. Let's hope that won't be necessary, says the fairy. Tell me, child, why are you here in this evil palace? Quickly, Zelda tells the fairy of the crystal spell and link. I've been looking for help for almost half a day, but I don't know what I'm all looking for, she groans. The fairy replies. I'm sorry, I can't stay with you, but maybe this will help. She drops a scroll at Zelda's feet. What is it? Zelda asks, but the fairy doesn't answer. Good luck, she cries, and then she vanishes. Zelda picks up the scroll. It's a riddle, she says. I wonder what it means. Look for something hotter than blank, colder than blank, and sweeter than blank. Solve this puzzle to find the missing words of the riddle. It looks like a word search, so that should probably help. Here's a list of Ganon's creatures. You'll find them all hidden in this word search. They may be written forward, backward, up, down, or diagonally. Circle the words. The remaining letters will spell out the missing words in the riddle.
Alright, so Gibdo is
Zola.
there.
Yeah, that's done.
I've already found the V one. I've already found it. It's backwards.
Okay. Oh wait, I think I can see it. See, look, fire.
Okay, but it said they have to be connected.
Well, yeah, but it said spell out the remaining letters to
fair.
find them. So like, so like those fire. Okay.
IS.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, sugar. Right, so we've got fire, so something hotter than...
Sorry.
So something hotter than fire, colder than... We haven't figured that one out yet.
Ice, I think, might be what we're looking for.
Oh, yeah, because there's ICE, so hotter than fire, colder than ice, and sweeter than sugar.
You get 100 points for defeating the Gibdos, and we are going to page 48. Zelda strikes out across the cavern and soon comes to a sheer wall. There are no stairs up it and no windows in his face. Clink, clink. Zelda whirls around, and the Gibdos have returned, and there are more of them this time. Too many to shoot, she says to herself. Better find a way out of here. She turns back to the wall and searches for a way out. There must be a door or a gate or something, she cries out. At last, she spots a small door in a shallow alcove of rock near the end of the wall. It's a good distance away, and the Gibdos are closing in. Taking a deep breath, Zelda sprints over to the cavern floor. We're turning to page 96. I hate that Gibdo smell, Zelda says as she rushes through the door. She tries to slam it shut, but something jams the hinges. Move, Zell! She races forward. After a while, she can no longer hear the Gibdos. Phew, I must have outrun them, she sighs. Now to find these things I need. I wish I could make sense of the riddle. She keeps walking down the cave, trying to figure out the meaning of the riddle. She's so lost in thought that she almost misses a pair of doors set in the cave wall. Another locked door, says Zelda, and an unlocked one. She tries the brass key on the locked door, but it doesn't fit. I bet there's something important behind this locked door, she says, but where can I find the key to open it? Get Zelda through the door. She can jump from the monster to monster, moving in any direction, including diagonally, but she can't land on the same one twice. They all look the same. She may only move to a monster with the same or a greater number of arms. Score 10 points from each monster Zelda lands on, I guess.
Okay, so, this one has one arm, that one has two arms, that one has three arms. That one appears to have three arms too. So there is one arm there. That one has, two arms, three arms.
You do not have the ring, so...
Fair enough. I didn't get a ring. So one, and then there's two, three, oh dear.
Should we just go to page 119 and see what happens? Or is it...
115.
115, sorry.
Yeah, just go to 115.
Okay. We're going...
That is melting, that's melting my brain.
Okay, let's go to 115. Pushing open the unlocked door, Zelda enters a small empty chamber with two more doors on the far side. The first opens onto a stone steps leading up. At the top, she sees a faint glimmer of twilight. Must be a way out, she thinks. The other door has strange runes and symbols carved into it. Some look like goblins. Whoever built this sure made it look scary, says Zelda. She opens the door and peers inside. It leads into darkness. I came here to find the things I need to free Link, Zelda reminds herself. Maybe I should explore some more, or maybe I should leave and look somewhere else. If you think Zelda should leave the cave, turn to page 55. If you think Zelda should go deeper, turn to page 47.
Let us go to 47.
47. Oh! You died again! No sense in leaving till I've explored everything, Zelda says. She heads down the gloomy staircase. Creak! Creak! Yo! She screams. The stairs are collapsing. Zelda slides down a long, curved ramp faster and faster till she lands with a heavy thud at the bottom. She climbs to her feet. What now? Rumble. Zelda reaches out in the darkness and touches a wall. It's moving closer. She runs the other way and hits another wall. It's also moving. With all her strength, she pushes again. It's the slowly moving stones. It's no use, she cries. I can't stop these walls. I'm done for. Crush. Okay.
I've died twice. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens.
Alright, let's go back to the checkpoint.
Back to page 115. Okay, so we need to go to page 55. I'm getting out of here while I still can, Zelda decides. She climbs the stairs quickly and comes out on a stone ledge at the edge of a forest just as the sun is going down. What's that? She says, peering across a wide meadow and at a collection of twinkling yellow lights. It looks like a town. Maybe I can find some help there. Wearily, she trudges across the meadow and soon finds herself on a wide, rutted road that leads right to the town gates. Halt! Yells a voice from the shadow of the guard tower. Who goes there? Princess Zelda! She answers in a loud but tired voice. What town is this? The gatekeeper steps out of the shadows and runs to Zelda. Princess, he says. It's me, Haldo. Where have you been? Don't you recognize the town of Rudo? Gerudo, Zelda repeats with a sigh. I missed North Castle completely. Well, wherever I am, I'd better sit down before I drop. Aldo leads Zelda into the gatehouse and brings her fresh bread and cheese and cool water. Between bites, Zelda tells him about her quest. Have you seen anything or anyone unusual in town? She asks. In town? The gatekeeper shakes his head. No, he says. But just out of town, there's a strange newcomer, a beekeeper. Beekeeper? Zelda asks. Name of Conley, Aldo replies. Very strange. He lives just out of town, back along the road a bit. Folks say his bees are magic, but he won't let anyone taste their honey. Very unfriendly, old coot. Don't go near him. That is my advice. Not until you know how to make a deal with him. Zelda says softly. How did the riddle go? What's sweeter than sugar? I think I know the answer. Oh, baby. Look at each set of objects. Find the one that doesn't belong, then take the letters out from both of the objects that don't belong and unscramble them. We would need a separate piece of paper for this.
I already know which one doesn't belong.
Well, which one?
The shield.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because the other ones are like cups or some form of like stuff that can hold liquid. The other ones are weapons. The only one that isn't a weapon is a shield, unless we're counting Captain America's shield, which has been used to slice off many heads.
So, are we going to visit the beekeeper, or should we go into town and look around?
Visit the beekeeper.
All right, 38.